What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? How is everybody doing tonight? Of course, you know who it is here on this good old live tonight. It's been a while since I've done a live. Been like maybe 2, 3 weeks. I can't remember the last time my live was. But this is your boy, Forever Chosen, of course, aka Jason Paul, and also with the new title on my profile here, Forever Blessed for Life. I hope everyone's having a good night tonight on this wonderful Thursday night. Big shout out to all my subscribers, the true subscribers on this channel. I thank you all for your support on this channel. And also, right now, before I get into tonight's topic tonight, I want to give a shout out to Unspoken Purposes for doing what she does for her lives and her shows, and also for recently helping remove a page of a YouTube page that was just causing so much trouble. Thank you so much, Unspoken, for what you did there. And a shout out to all the others, including, my brother St. Louis, and of course, Miss Linda Dorsey, Lady Blue, and of course, Essie Berry in the house as always, too. So, thank you very much, Unspoken, again. So now we're going to get into tonight's topic on tonight. And of course, what you see on the top here. And of course, the false prophet has been still at it. He just constantly runs his mouth every single time. Every single time, trying to gain attention. And I just laugh my behind off every single time when he talks. Because he just sounds more and more and more pathetic every single day. And the funny thing is, nobody is even paying this moron any attention. Nobody is following this guy or sharing his lives because his life sounds so pathetic and ridiculous because he doesn't know what to talk about. But the same crap every single time and just constantly just going at it. But he calls himself a prophet. But he goes around and wants to threaten to unalive people and talk a bunch of crap, but yet he's expecting for someone to give him a handout and to give him funds for his behavior. Now, how psychotic and ironic does that sound? You know what I'm saying? How ironic does that sound? Well, false prophet, I'm here to tell you as well, your threats don't mean nothing. And just to let you know, I have spoken to your apartment manager known as Lisa, and she's aware of what you're doing on these YouTube streets online and other things that you've been doing. And it's just a matter of time that I believe you're going to get kicked out of that apartment complex for the way you're acting. Because I can tell a lot of people are getting very, very fed up and tired with you. But I'm going to tell you this. Your threats do not faze me. Your threats do not impress me whatsoever. You just constantly want my attention, everybody else on these YouTube streets attention as well. So what makes you think that you're worth any of our times? What makes you think you're worth anyone's time on here? And like I said in my post not that long ago, nobody owes you a damn thing. Now, I want to ask you this question, false prophet. Why would I ever give you any money on Cash App after all the threats and lies that you have talked about me and all the other stuff that you've done? Why in God's name would I ever give you any funds? And why would I give you any other funds when you talk about other certain family members of mine? Why would I do that? You really think I'm going to give you anything? I don't owe you anything, false prophet. Nobody owes you a damn thing. It's called get out there and work. and quit threatening to unalive people and threaten to beat other people up or whatever you're thinking in that psychotic mind. False prophet, I'm sorry, but you are nothing. You are not worth anyone's time. So why would I continue to waste my time with you? I mean, you go ahead and talk about other people who have turned against you, but haven't we all warned you about them? That they were never cool with you and are not your friends? That they were using you the whole time? So why would we feel sorry for you? You see, you want handouts. You think everyone owes you something. Nobody owes you a damn thing. Nobody owes you a damn thing. So why would anyone give you anything? If you want money and funds, false prophet, go work. Get a job. That's the only way you're going to get a little more money. Just make sure you get a good job. Are you really that lazy to work? Are you really that lazy to do anything with your life? And the answer is yes, you are lazy. You're a lazy bum. You know you're a lazy bum. You go ahead and just sit on this computer all day long, on this internet all day, all night, making, running useless lives. Your lives are useless. It's no content. It's nothing but jibber jabber. Jibber jabberish. Jibber jabber, jibber jabberish. That's all it is. Because that's what you're all about. And that's who you are. Jibber jab, jibber jabbish. That's all you are. That's all you are. And what I mean by that is means your lives are shit. And so are you. And especially all the disgusting things that you've been doing on your lives. Man, who wants to see that crap? That's how we know you're psychotic and that you've got something mentally wrong with your head. What normal being does that? And I certainly doubt a real prophet will do what you do. You're a joke. You're nothing but a joke. That's all you are. You are just nothing but a joke, false prophet. And you expect us to give you attention and expect us to listen to you? No. We're out here living our lives, doing our own thing, not even thinking about you or any of the drama, and you constantly want to come on here and just keep going at it. Well, tonight, I'm dragging your ass. And I'm just waiting for someone else to come up here too, to drag your ass some more, because you keep threatening us. You keep threatening to unlive us, but there is no action in your words. So you better off just stop threatening people and stop threatening others, because, eventually one day, it's going to be where the authorities are going to come and, find you, because eventually enough is going to be enough, and the authorities are going to come pick you up, and lock you up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you expect me to just go ahead and keep continuing to feed into your bullshit? I don't think so. So, anyhow, but yeah, folks, this false prophet is just out here for attention. And any of you know this false prophet, by now, you will know what he's all about. But he calls himself a prophet, but then he talks all this other crap. And then, what's funny? Last time I checked, isn't a real prophet supposed to help bring someone to God, share the word and scriptures, and not go ahead and manipulate what Father says? Because I can tell you one thing. A lot of judgment has been coming on this false prophet because he just constantly runs his mouth too much. He runs his mouth too much with no action in it. And it's really pathetic. I hear this false prophet every time when he's live. And I don't even stay on his lives too long because he just talks a bunch of crap that don't even make sense. And he makes up lies at the same time and makes up more lies while he's at it. So, but yeah, I mean, really, false prophet, what makes you think anyone's ever paying you any attention? I mean, you prophesize about certain things, but none of them are true. None of it has come to pass. And then you want to talk about another certain situation saying, oh, hey, I did prophesy about this a long time ago. What did you prophesize about? Oh, I can tell you, bullshit. You prophesized about bullshit. Like, for example, when your first ever prophetic thing was about a woman's private area. Now, that's really pathetic. I dragged your ass about that a long time ago. And I said there is something wrong with your mind. And you know there's something wrong with your mind, false prophet. You know there's something wrong with you, but you won't get help. You won't get help because you don't want help. Just like you don't want to work, you want free handouts, you want people to go ahead and feel sorry for you, but no one feels sorry for you because you've wasted your life away. Instead of trying to turn around what you have in your life and getting yourself better, you go ahead and make up bullshit. You want to come on these YouTube streets and cause trouble and drama. That's all you are, is trouble and drama. I mean, hey, those so-called people who you thought were your friends on here, they were never your friends. And what's worse about it is other people have tried to tell you that they're not your friends, that they don't care about you. I've even said on some of my lives and my videos that they don't care about you. But you don't listen. You don't feel you have to listen to anyone. You feel you can just go out and do whatever the hell it is you want. And look where it's gotten you. Nowhere. It's gotten you nowhere, false prophet. Maybe if you listen, maybe more good things will come your way. Maybe if you went out there and made a life for yourselves, maybe good things will come your way. And also, most importantly, maybe if you shut your big, fat mouth, good things will come your way. But they haven't, because you're a hardhead son of a bitch that don't give a shit about anyone because you think you're right. You think you're right, and you think in your mind you're right, when deep down, I think you know, and deep down you're not. That you're not right. Like I said, you're a joke. And until you decide to make something in your life, I'm going to continue to keep calling you a joke. And I'm going to continue to keep calling you a stupid dumbass. Because that's what you are. Only a dumbass that's not right in his head is the one who goes ahead and takes feces and other bodily fluids, put it in the freaking microwave with other food. That is just gross, sickening. What normal person would do that? A normal person will not do something sickish like that because it's not sanitary. It's unsanitary. It's sick. You think anyone wants to watch that? The average normal person is not going to want to see any lives about that. When they go on to watch a live on YouTube, they want to see real content. And you don't have any real content. Only thing you know how to do is threaten people and going around and threaten to blow churches up. That's all you know how to do is make threats with empty words and no action. But one day, those threats are going to come up and bite you in the ass. And you know it. I'm not addressing you here because I want to. I'm addressing you because this needs to be addressed because every day you just sound pathetic. You're pathetic. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm pretty sure your mother is disappointed in you about everything you've done too. I mean, heck, in the past, she has told you to leave people alone and you didn't listen to her. You didn't listen to her. I mean, you don't care about anybody. I mean, the only thing you care about is what you want to get. And then when you don't get what you want, you start talking shit. You start talking shit. But anyways, it's just ridiculous, you know. I mean, if anyone who has real common sense, they definitely would know that this lunatic just has nothing better else to do. And of course, I've said this multiple times. But anyhow, I'm waiting for my friend to come up so he can address this situation because because he definitely wants to get some things out. So I'm just waiting for him. So anyhow, I've said what I had to say about him, but before I do, and I'm just going to say this to you, false prophet. The things that you said about my other family members, what you're going to do, well, you don't know any of my other family members because you want to know something? If you come near them, that will be a big mistake on your part. That'll be a big mistake. So you better think hard and twice before you act. Anyhow, so all right, here he is. I'm adding him to the stage now. Hey, Lou, how you doing today?
Oh, I had a long day today. I am so tired.
Yeah. Hey, did you make it to Florida?
No, I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Let me tell you what happened in Tennessee. I left St. Louis around 9 o'clock last night. Matter of fact, I was supposed to be leaving at 5. I ended up leaving at 9 because I had took me a long nap. I woke up, it was 8:30. I said, let me, take a quick shower, get the dog situated. I already had my stuff packed, had the dog stuff packed in the car. I was tired. I said, let me go ahead and do what I need to do. Got on the road. So I get to Knoxville. I kept hearing this noise. Click, 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 click. I'm driving on I-75. I made it to I-75. Click, 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 click. The fuck is that noise? Get out. Don't see nothing. Check my tires. Everything wrong. I mean, everything seemed to be normal. Start driving again. Click, 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 click. A cop pulls me over. They said, "Sir, do you see that you got 3 huge nails in your back right tire?" I said, "I kept hearing some click, 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 but I didn't see nothing." So thankfully, I had a spare tire, not a donut. But the officer was kind enough to help me get the old tire off and then put the new tire on. I was good to go. So finally, I made it to Georgia. I went to Atlanta, stopped in Atlanta, drove through downtown, went and got me something to eat. I was going to try to push it to make it to Florida, but I decided that I was going to stay the night at Savannah, Georgia. So got me a room at the Super 8, me and the dog. Uh, Went over to the store, got me something to drink, So I'm just sitting in here drinking, and I don't drink and drive, and I don't drive and drink, and I'm a little tipsy tonight. You know, the the wine cooler, blue motherfucker. That's my favorite wine cooler right there. So I done had me about three of them bitches tonight. I've been pissing like a fucking goose all fucking night. So in the morning, I don't know. I might just stay here to 12 noon, check out, because I'm not far. It's not far. I think what I'm gonna do is when I get to Jacksonville, I'm gonna hang out in Jacksonville for a while, get the dog, let the dog do her thing, probably go to the beach, chill, and then probably later when the sun go down, or like when the sun getting ready to go down, then that's when I'll get back on 75 and start heading to Miami. But other than that, I'm fine. I would have been at my destination if I hadn't have left late and then the whole tire incident that happened. But other than that, I'm fine. But how are you doing?
Not bad. I've just been doing my thing, working and, of course, taking care of the family and other things, but I'm glad you're almost there, and definitely go hang out in Jacksonville, and, I remember when I was in Jacksonville the last time, it was a long time ago, and I enjoyed it myself there too, just like I enjoyed Miami over 20 some years ago. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot going on here, just same old at work, and just doing my thing, But I'm glad you're almost there. You were able to at least get as close to Florida, despite the whole entire thing and waking up late.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, I tell you, they got this really nice restaurant. It's a soul food restaurant in Atlanta that I went to. I'm gonna text you the name of it in the back. Man, I tore them motherfucking ribs up today, man. The dog was on the side. Out, we ate on the outside, of course. Got me some ribs, got me some corn on the cob. It was a good dinner. So it's fucking hot outside. Down here in Savannah, it's 80 fucking 2 degrees outside. It's hot as hell. Oh, check out at 12 noon tomorrow. I'm gonna drive my ass to Jacksonville. I'm gonna chill there. Uh, I'm familiar with Jacksonville anyway. And then like around maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, I'm gonna head south and go to Miami. So I've been driving for like almost fuck, because I've been stopping every fucking hour. So I've been driving. Like I said, I should have been there. I've been driving for at least 13 hours. So I'm here for the night. And this is a really nice Super 8 because it's a Walmart like directly right across the street from where I'm at. It's a Walmart and it's like a Starbucks. They got several restaurants. So shit. Before I leave in the morning, before I check out at noon, I'm gonna go across the street and get me some breakfast at the Waffle House.
Oh man, I love the Waffle House. Man, I haven't been to Waffle House in a while now. I
Yeah,
mean,
then I think since I'm over there, I'm gonna go to Walmart and get me an extra pair of swim trunks. Just to have
oh
an extra pair handy.
oh yeah, go for it. That always helps. Extra pair handy. For swimming trunks.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. There's some days that I wish I could move to Florida. Than being up in Wisconsin. That's cold almost all year round, except for a couple months out of the year.
Yeah. So, what made you decide to go live tonight? What's been going on? Because I know there was a live earlier. I watched it. I did. It was another live somebody else did, and they had exposed Reed. Now, Let me take one more sip of this because I'm about to go in for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna play some receipts too. I ain't gonna be on here long because I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and I'm drunk. I ain't gonna be on here too long because I gotta get up in the morning. Gotta check, gotta go eat and get back on the road. So this dude for 2 weeks, I kid you not, for 2 weeks, this dude has been nothing but talking about me nonstop, talking shit, threatening me. He gonna stab me and all this other stuff. I ignored it a couple times, but then it's like the dude just keep going, going, going. So today I called his apartment manager. If anybody want to know the lady name is Lisa. She's a really nice lady. If y'all want the phone number to the apartment complex where he lives, email me at SAINTLEWIS at gmail.com. Oh, I forgot. Spell that again. See, damn, I done forgot my own damn email address. SAINTLEWIS 1978 at gmail.com. And I will give you the phone number where you can reach Lisa. So today he went live. Okay. Now, when he was live, I was in Atlanta when he went live today. After I had ate, I sat in my vehicle with the air conditioner on for a minute because I did a little video response to him before I drove off. So I heard him threatening somebody. So I said, okay, let me pull over at this gas station because I had to get gas anyway. So after I put the gas in the car, I called his apartment manager. So he was still live as I had called. So I put the phone on speakerphone and I let her hear his live. So he hurried up and he deleted it. But see, I had got the receipt that I needed to get off that live. So he was live not that long ago. He was playing a police scanner in the background. See, I know the reason why he playing that police scanner because he don't know when the cops he don't know or he don't know when they gonna come up on it. But see, tomorrow before I leave this room and go to my destination, I'm gonna call that police chief that I've been talking to, that I was speaking to last year about him. I'm calling that police chief in the morning. I'm gonna let them hear threat that he made, the threats that he's been making. Remember when I don't know if I told you this, but I remember 4 years ago, I said that boy was a future school shooter. He was gonna end up being on the news for doing something. He was gonna end up being on the news for doing some stupid shit. Remember when I said that?
Oh yeah, I remember that, and I
I had a
believe it. You
dream.
know?
I dreamed this morning. He unalived several people, and he took his own life after he did it, and it was all over the news. And they were playing some of his videos. And in the dream, I said, I've been saying that shit since 2022 that that boy was gonna do that. And in the dream, he did it.
I
Now,
believe it.
dreams tell you something, right? So he's been saying my name, but what really got me is when he made a threat on Essie Berry. He said he was gonna spit in Essie Berry's face. Now, spitting, when you say you're gonna spit on somebody, that's an assault. He said he was gonna spit in Essie Berry's face. And he was calling her black bees. and all this other stuff. Now, mind you, Miss Berry hasn't said anything to this boy. All she did was get onto his ass. He was over there trying to talk about me, and she told him, "You not gonna talk about Lou on my platform." And he got mad and he felt some type of way. Hey, that was last July, and you still holding on to that. He was disrespecting Linda Dorsey. He was disrespecting Lady Blue. Now I'm gonna let y'all know who my people are. My number one is Ancy. Ancy is my number one because she has never ever talked about me behind my back, never flipped on me or nothing. The lady has been nothing but kind and respectful to me, vice versa. People have tried to get me to say something about her, but I wouldn't. People have tried to turn me on her, but I wouldn't. And I'm not going to. Because once I'm loyal to somebody, I'm loyal for life. See, my thing is I've been loyal to the wrong people, and those days are over with. But Linda, Essie, Linda, and Lady Blue, those are my people. And I'm gonna continue to look out for Lady Blue. Lady Blue don't bother nobody. Reed was talking about her. Lady Blue don't bother nobody. I don't know why you got their name in your mouth, but when you said you was gonna spit on Essie, that was it. I called his apartment manager. And I let her listen to what he was on there saying. I said he's been making terroristic threats. He's talking about knifing people. He's talking about he was gonna come to Missouri, what he was gonna do to me. Then he shared a community post of yours, Jason, and he was talking about doing some things to you. But see, I'm not bothered by him threatening me because number one, if he was to come down to where I'm at, which I'm not even there now, because I'm hours away from the Sunshine State. But if he ever decided to come to Missouri, he can. He can, as long as he don't come near me. I can't stop him from entering into the state. But as long as he doesn't come near me, I don't care what he do. But if he come near me, I'm not gonna say on here what I'm gonna do. But he gonna get his wish. He gonna get his wish, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You take it however way you want to take it. You know what I'm talking about. You ain't got to repeat it. But he gonna get his wish. He will earn his demon wings if he comes anywhere near me and tries to harm me, because we have stand your ground laws in Missouri. So, I'm not worried about him. I'm in a good place in my life. I heard him the other day talking about that other false prophet uh that he done called and trying to get that man to talk about me, that man said that I was gonna die, whatever. I'm not worried about none of these threats that these false prophets put on me. So many people have put curses on me. And look where they at now. Look where they all at now. Every single last person that have wished death on me, look where they asses are at now. I ain't worried about it because I'm protected. I'm covered. You can't hurt me, you know? So it is what it is. It's like I don't bother this dude. I don't bother nobody. I don't bother nobody on here. And I want to get this straight about this false flag. And he say I'm a false flagger. First of all, when you online making terroristic threats, you damn right I am gonna flag you. That's not a false flag because you on here talking about that you're going to take people's life. That is a terroristic threat. Now, you say your mother is sick. I'm starting to even wonder if that's even true now. Because if your mother was sick, common sense would say you should be spending time with your mother. Why are you online worrying about what I'm doing, worrying about what I'm posting, worrying about how many channels I got? Then he said today I got 200 burner phones. I don't need a burner phone. I'm not a criminal. I don't do criminal shit. Why are you worried about a man, another man that's way in another state that ain't thinking about you, never cared for you, didn't like you? I only talked to you because I felt sorry for you at the time. I don't feel sorry for you now. I tried to string you down the right path. You didn't want to take the advice that I gave you. I would talk to him about getting a job. He didn't want to hear that. That's all I would tell him. Every time he would call me with those sob stories, he would always call me with the victim mentality. He has a victim mentality personality. He's always the victim in something. All I ever tried to do was steer him the right direction. And because I didn't answer the phone when he wanted me to answer the phone, he flipped on me. I gave him another chance and he did it again. So guess what? You reap what you sow. So let me get to why he's mad with Danielle. Danielle don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to him. He doing his thing. He over there on his lane. I'm in my lane. Okay, whatever. But the only reason why Reed is mad at him apparently is because Reed, according to Reed, he shared a post telling that other fella over there happy birthday. And I guess C Dove didn't like it or something, according to Reed. And he had expressed that C Dove was telling him that he shouldn't be playing old content on his channel, trying to start something. Reed was basically throwing him up under the bus. So apparently he got blocked out of the chat. But Reed, I told you this last year that was going to happen. Now, I'm not a prophet, never claimed to be a prophet, and I never will claim to be a prophet because I'm not a prophet. But I literally told you that you were being used. I told you that they didn't give a fuck about you. I told you that when they got done with you, they were going to throw you to the side. And everything I said came to pass because they didn't want to be bothered with you. I literally told you that. So when you were whining like the little bitch that you are, crying like the little bitch that you are, boo-hooing like the little bitch that you are about another man, I said, what I saw came to pass. They didn't give a fuck about you to begin with. How do I know? They never shared you out unless you talked about us. They never told any of their people to subscribe to your channel or anything. You were nothing to them in the beginning. They just strung you along because they felt sorry for you. Now, you're in your feelings. I just got a text from somebody that you're streaming this live. Good. Because I want you to hear every word that I'm saying to you. I'm not about to come on here and call you out your name. I got you, and I know exactly how I'm going to get you. You going to quit making threats on the internet. I heard your police scanner earlier. You better keep that motherfucker handy. Because one of these days, you going to hear your name and your address called on that police scanner that they on their way to your house. I'm not playing with you. I absolutely called your apartment manager today. I'm telling you I did it. Yes, I did. And tomorrow morning, I will be calling your police chief for the fourth time. And I'm going to let them know you all, other people have called. This dude is on here making threats. They're terroristic. He's not only a danger to himself, but he's a danger to those around him. Now, let's say if he was to come to St. Louis and do something to me, all I would do is overpower him, restrain him, get on top of him, restrain him, put all my weight down on him where he can't move, tell somebody to call the police, and hold him until the police get there. I wouldn't even put my hands on him. I would restrain his ass where he couldn't move and hold him there until the police got him. Oh, you ain't strong. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I would do. I would restrain him and tell somebody to call the police, and I would hold him there until they got there. And once they got there, then they can take him from there. I ain't about to waste my time with him, but I do want to play a receipt because I want to show people how much of a flip-flopper this boy is. This boy is such a flip-flopper. Now, the same people that he was quote unquote against a year ago, he's now with them. Well, not anymore because they kicked him to the curb. So I'm going to put my mic on mute. I'm going to look for this one receipt. You can go ahead and talk. Give me about 2 seconds.
All right, all right. Yeah, while Lou gets that, I'm also going to say this to the false prophet, Reed. Reed, I heard your threats too, and I'm telling you myself, I'm not going to do a whole lot to you as well. But one thing I will do, if you even think about coming to Wisconsin, you better think twice, because I, for one, also will go ahead and do something similar of what St. Louis is going to do to you if you even think about coming up and run up on anybody. Because I'm telling you, Reed, your empty threats are nothing. You've been saying this for how long, and you haven't made a move yet. But I will tell you this. You better think twice, Reed, because if you come near where I'm at and run up on me, you're not going to like the result. You're not going to like the result, because at the end, I'm also going to hold you down. What I'm going to do to you, and I'm going to have the police come and get you. And I'm going to tell them everything about what you said about me and what you said about, other family members, what you were going to do. Because one thing for certain, St. Louis is right. Your behavior is terroristic. You're making terrorist threats to other people. What you're going to do? Threatening to blow up churches, threatening to unalive others, and do all this psychotic stuff. I believe you are capable of something like that, Reed, because you have a psychotic mind. You are reprobate, and you're demon possessed. And you're just not worth anyone's time. And we're not going to keep wasting our time with you. You just constantly want attention. You want attention, and you just are trying real hard to fit in so bad. What are you trying to fit in for? Because you're not going to fit in with anyone else, because nobody wants anything to do with you. Like I said to you before, maybe if you start doing things differently and listening, and also maybe treating people right, maybe good things will come for you. Good things will start to come for you. You quit acting like a jackass and stop doing what you're doing, and leave people alone, to quit talking about people when people told you to shut your mouth and go about your business. And if you were any kind of a prophet, you wouldn't even be on here doing all this stupid, ridiculous antics that you're doing. Because that's not what a real prophet does. I've told you this multiple times, and I'm not going to keep telling you. I'm not going to keep telling you. And my lives are not going to be all based about you. We're moving on with our lives and other content we decide to want to do. Do you think anyone wants to continue this stupid drama with you? You think anyone wants to continue starting shit and getting drama started on these YouTube streams? No. The actual regular normal person doesn't want to do that. They want to make real content. Talk about stories in the news. Talk about other things, what's going on in business, economics. But the problem is you have fucked up your life so bad, you don't know what to talk about. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you dropped out of high school. I won't be a bit surprised if you did that. But yeah, I don't run that past you because I believe you would be psychotic enough to go ahead and do a school shooting or do any other kind of shootings out there. Because on the news, I've seen other people do something similar. Like, for example, a long time ago, I think it was back in...
Here I am. Go ahead and talk, but I want to say something. When you say, you got to say pow pows. You can't say, you got to say things a certain way. But give me 1 minute because I'm looking for this particular timestamp. Go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt.
It's all right. Take your time. But when you're threatening to do pow pow to others, that makes people concerned, and then they're going to flag your lives every time. So no, it's not false flagging. For example, you kind of remind me of this person. I think it was back in 2022, and this young individual. I think he was 20 or 21 at the time. Apparently this young kid at the time was very psychotic, very similar to you, Reed. Was very psychotic, and he decided to go ahead and interrupt a 4th of July parade in Chicago with an assault rifle and start shooting people. You remind me of someone similar like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you do something like that, Reed, because you got the mind for it. You got the mind for, a psychopath, a psychotic, shooter, You are sick in the head. You are sick in the head.
I found what I was looking for.
Oh, good.
What I was looking for. Now, I'm going to show people how much of a flip-flopper he is, right? Now, this was on Unspoken's platform when he followed me over there last year. Matter of fact, it was February the 18th of 2025 when he followed me over there because the lady was interviewing me and he followed me over there. So I want y'all to hear how much of a flip-flopper he is, right? I want y'all to hear what he has to say about those individuals over there. Watch this. Fair use commentary.
Hey, yeah, he did say he had like a device where you can do an IP trace on people. Yeah, I heard him say that in a video recently. Yeah, he says that he can trace people and track them down. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's something that he is.
Okay, so Reed was talking about the other person who I exterminated a week ago today. Yes. I sent the old yeller out to pasture. I did. 1 week ago today, I did. But that person's gone and they're buried. But anyway, keep listening. Because watch Reed. I want y'all to hear Reed.
Because minors.
Hold on. Trying to fast forward it when he was talking. Okay, here you go. Let me see. He talks so damn much. Hold on. Trying to get to the important. Okay, here you go.
At first, they will flip flop like that. One moment they'll be on your team. One moment they'll be riding for you. One moment they'll act like they're your best friend. And then the next moment they're doxing you and putting your information out. Or it'll start the other way around. And when C Dub fell out with Essie Berry, that's when Liz Jackson and the clown decided to be his friend because of course, now he's against their arch enemy, S.C. Berry.
Okay, so Reed is about to talk. I want y'all to keep listening.
So they started being friends with him and siding with him, and they started going against S.C. Berry. And all of a sudden, everything negative that they had to say about him was false. Like, everybody's lying now, even though they were the ones that put it out. So go ahead. Do you know if the Truth 3Fs and the 5 is affiliated with other troll farms and other places on the internet? I've been told that he was.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic. Let me I'm trying to look for a certain part where he was talking about lot lizard. Give me a minute. Keep talking.
All right, while he does that, but Reed, many people have tried to warn you about these individuals, that they don't care about you, and you found out once again, that they don't care about you, So why are you so desperate to go ahead and try to fit in with people who don't really care about you? Because I can tell you one thing, I certainly wouldn't. I mean, for me, I would never ever try to fit in with anyone who wasn't for me, you gotta find the real friends, but the problem is, Reed, you're willing to accept anyone. You will probably accept someone who will really severely take advantage of you. But you've been known to take advantage of people too, so you're no different. But Reed, you are really sick in your mind, because you are just dying for some attention. Dying for some attention, I mean, what is your purpose?
Here I am. Oh, Reed, you ain't gonna like this. See, I told you I record everything. Now, this was from August the 4th, y'all. Not even, damn, today the 21st. Ooh. You could tell I'm drunk. I was about to say August the 4th was a week ago. See, that's why I got to get my ass to bed. But this ain't going to be very long. Now, this was August the 4th at 12:40 a.m. in the morning. Now, the title of his video was called C Dove Has Me Blocked. Now, I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to listen real good, and then I'm going to do some commentary, but I want you to listen. Listen, because these are his words. These ain't mine. Listen now.
I want to show this real quick so there'll be no excuses for anybody. But again, I mean, C-Dub is easily offended over nothing. But like I said hi, y'all. And then somehow when I was saying hello to MFD, that got removed.
Okay, so MFD is the lady that we call my father's demon, and a demon she is, but she ain't been saying nothing to me, and she may as well not. But he's basically bitching that he got blocked, which, like I said again, you get what you get, because I told you this a year ago that that's what was going to happen. Matter of fact, I ain't the only one that told you that. Other people told you that that's what was going to happen, but keep listening.
So, unfortunately, I kind of figured this was going to come. I'm going to tell you why.
So you figured that this was going to come, but I told your illiterate ass this a year ago, that that's what was going to happen. I foreseen it. I saw it. It happened once before. It happened in late 2024 going into 2025 when they threw you under the bus. And you came, and what did you do? You came running right back to us. Then there was something Mookie said earlier too that I'm gonna mention, because Reed swears up and down this didn't happen. Now, when Mookie mentioned about him burning, putting Unspoken's name in the toilet, he did. Mookie not lying about that, because I have the video when Reed did it. And then he deleted it. He put that lady's name in the toilet. He put her name in the toilet. He peed in the toilet and he flushed her name down the toilet. Now, keep listening.
I don't understand this. Like I said, that's why I said what I said, because people, like when C Dub said, "Oh, if anything happens, we'll take you in," I said no, because you don't really know what you're saying. Because
If I was him, which that ain't my business, but if I was him, I wouldn't take you in. He would have to sleep with one eye open and one eye closed around you, especially if he got knives around. Especially if he got knives around. Okay. My God,
you don't even know me, and two, if you take me in, what's gonna, let's say, cause you to not spaz out in a certain way? Because everybody's compatible with one another. So that's why I said, when he said that one time, I'm thinking in my mind, I said, no, it's not a good idea. Because as soon as something happens, then you'll be in a doghouse at this point.
now when he says you'll be in the doghouse at this point, doghouse means jail. That's a slang for jail. So basically, he's saying that C Dove would end up being in jail if Reed was to stay with him. So in other words, Reed is basically saying an altercation between the two of them would happen, and that C Dove would be in jail. Now, mind you, this boy was born in 1989. He will be 40 in 3 years come February. He will be 40 years old. So he's 37 now. Why would a 37-year-old man want to live with another man? And like I told him before, I've been trying to prepare him for this for 4 years. I told him there was going to come a day, and he know it because I can prove it with the audio recordings. Jason, you heard him. I used to tell this boy, hey, man, you need to get a job, because if something happened to your mother, at least you have your own money to be able to pay the rent. If you're not able to get your own place, you can pay your own rent. I was trying to guide, but see, he ain't gonna come on here and talk about none of that. See, he'll come on here and disrespect me, but he ain't gonna come on here and talk about how I stayed on him about a job. He ain't gonna tell nobody that. I used to talk to him about going to school. He's smart because I've seen him put things together. I said that boy could be a welder. If he went to school for welding, I think that he would be a very good welder because he knows how to put things together. I was trying to steer him on the right path. But when I wouldn't answer the phone the way that he wanted me to, he flipped and did a 360 on me. I can't answer the phone at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. When I'm asleep, I don't like to be disturbed by anybody. If it's my mother, that's different. My mother's the only one that can call me all times of night. I don't matter. I'll answer the phone for her, but not nobody else, you know. And I was trying to steer him down the right path. I would always talk to that boy about a job. God is my witness. Every time we talk, when he would talk that foolishness, I would always bring the conversation back to Reed. You should get a job. You should go to school. I was trying to direct him so that way he could have some type of meaning in his life. He didn't want to hear that. So he turned on me. Okay. You bit the hand that was feeding you wisdom. I was giving you wisdom because you do need a job. I mean, you go to Walmart a lot. Man, you could work at Walmart. You could be one of the people that stand at the door and check the receipts. You could work the cash register, you know. But hey, you can't make a lazy person do what they don't want to do. So let me continue playing this receipt. Oh, he in here now under a fake name called Duran Dahar, saying Israelite Exodus, false chosen, and Christos Pharaoh, Jesus, amen, is fake. Yeah, that's him. And he in the chat now talking stupid.
I figured that was him because he definitely doesn't make sense here.
That's
Oh,
him.
yeah, that's him. Little
So,
bastard.
so,
I'll go ahead and block this one out.
soon as when I mentioned about a job, he called me Pharaoh. No, when you work a job, you're supposed to work. The Bible even said you're supposed to work. You don't,
Exactly.
if you don't work, you can't eat, dummy. But anyway,
Exactly.
let me get back to the receipts.
I tried to say, hey, MFD.
Block him out.
Try again. I don't know what's going on. Like again, I haven't heard from MFD for like about maybe a couple months, maybe over.
You ain't gonna hear from her because they all do what they all do what the other one tell them to do. And I'm pretty sure that they probably be on the phone talking about how you be online talking weird. Now let me tell you what the weird shit he did the other day. I definitely reported that video. This motherfucker took semen, put he had frozen semen in a goddamn Ziploc bag.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Yes, he did. He had
Ooh,
shit in the ice tray. He
oh,
had shit. He had frozen feces and piss in ice trays.
oh gosh.
Um, he won't be doing that for too long either. I done made some phone calls about him. I sure the health department was one of them. He ain't gonna be doing. I told you when I get done with him, he ain't gonna be doing a lot of that stuff for too much longer. The boy need help, and I'm concerned about his well being. And Reed, Adult Protective Services was called today too. And yes, I called them and I did tell them about the things that you're doing online. So when you get a knock at your door, don't go accusing nobody else because I'm telling you now, yes, I called Adult Protective Services because one, you're on here threatening people. You're making disturbing videos with feces and all that. You're doing things for attention. You desperately want attention. And I really do think that you should not be by yourself. I think you should go to the hospital and I think you need to stay there for 24 hours for observation. And this, I'm serious. You need professional help. You do. That's why I ain't coming on here calling you all. I ain't about to do all that. You need help. I'm just being real with you. You need help. I ain't worried about you doing nothing to me because, like I said, I would do what I needed to do to restrain you, to prevent you from trying to harm me. You know, I wouldn't fight you unless you tried to. Now, if you coming at me with a knife, then I ain't got no choice but to do what I need to do to defend myself. But if you coming and you charging at me with all that crazy foolishness, I would just throw you down hard and just get on top of you, hold you there, tell somebody to call the cops, let you scream, holler, cuss at me, call me all out my name. I would just look at you and wouldn't say nothing. And I would just hold you there till the police got there. And once the police got there, I'd pat you on the back and say, wish you all the best. Hope you get the help that you need. And I'd let them take it from there. So let me continue playing this receipt.
For a month or two. I think he endorses, I don't know. When it's convenient, perceived of, one thing that St. Louis said that he was right on, he'll throw it.
Now look at him trying to throw me in that shit. Oh, but first I was Edo Lou and all this shit. But see, now he want to throw me in they bullshit to try to get me and C-Dub to beef. Now even St. Louis said, boy, you something else. Don't put my name in y'all bullshit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't St. Louis nothing. St. Louis nothing.
That's what psychotic do.
You said what?
That's what psychotic people do, you know?
Yeah, gonna try to keep listening. Gonna try to put me in that. Keep listening.
He was right on. He'll throw you in the trash. Don't try to use my name. Don't try to use my name in y'all shit.
because I've been told you that he was using you. Okay, so this is what I was saying and responding to the video. So keep listening. And told you that. I told you that last year. I said the only reason why they got you over there is to weaponize you against us. I told you that. I told you none of them gave a fuck about you. Now, see, one thing you got to respect about me, I flat out told you I didn't like you. Now, what you should do, you should respect an honest person that'll tell you they don't like you than a person that don't like you and they pretending that they do when they know they don't. I told you all of them over there did not like you. They were using you. I told you they were going to turn on you. See, he's monetized now. Well, you know, falsely monetized. And I told you that you were going to be thrown away. I told you that. And like I said, I wanted to bet you probably was blowing up his phone like you used to do mine. You know. So hey, you get what's you get what's coming. You know. You knew they weren't about nothing. MFD is the same way. Profit blocked. Now, when I said what I said, I was speaking for myself. I wasn't necessarily throwing shade at C-Dub. I mean, I don't know what kind of person this character is. Oh, you know what kind of person. I'm trying to say a little MFD, but it seems like every time I do, I get blocked. You know what kind of person it is. Quit kissing ass, boy. They removed. They don't want to be bothered with you. That's crazy. They don't want to be bothered. I'm gonna try one more time. That's a shame. I'm not gonna. I got the audio on mute, but now you hear him throwing shade at his own crew. Now,
Oh yeah.
he already knew they didn't like him. I told him from the get-go I didn't like him. So he should have respected me because I'm an honest guy. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you I don't like you. I ain't going to say, yeah, I like you. And then on the phone with my people, I can't stand. I don't do that. I'm upfront at the beginning. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I literally told him a year ago on Mookie's platform. As a matter of fact, Mookie even told him, they don't give a fuck about you. You even told them, Jason. We all told them. And
Exactly.
let me get this straight. Now, when he was threatening the other guy in Illinois, you know who I'm talking about. The other guy in Illinois, he was threatening him. He said, well, I got what your house looked like. Now, from what I heard today on another live, that's not even that person's house. So the old yeller that I exterminated last week put out somebody else's house thinking that it was that person's. But anyway, we're gonna let old yeller that I exterminated a week ago, we're gonna let him stay in the grave. We ain't gonna talk about him. But getting back to Reed, let's keep listening. Because you just get sadder and sadder. I tried to tell your ass, but you ain't want to listen. I don't know if it's a mistake or not. No, it ain't no mistake. Ain't no mistake. Knowing C-Dub, I don't think it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. It ain't no mistake, son. That's crazy, bro. This man blocked me on both. And you should have known when they weren't sharing you out. Notice they never shared you out, but only a couple of times when you were talking about us. Yep. Accounts. Let me see. Hold on. His dumb ass. So I know how he blocks people. He does it real fast. He's really crafty at that. Now, I guess he doesn't want me on his channel, fine. But the thing is, yeah, he got me blocked. I don't know if Jesus. Okay, so I don't know what's the deal. And yeah, there were some things I've noticed. Number one, C-Dub does not endorse me or nothing. I've been told you. I've been told you. I told you, I said none of them don't share you out. The clown don't either. None of them don't. Yep, I tried to tell him. None of them don't. I tried to tell him. He ain't want to be. Don't be surprised if he don't start back calling you pedophiles again like he was before. Mm-hmm. That's what your ass gets. Too. The things that I've said, I don't really have no shade towards C-Dub. But if that's how he wants to act, that's him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and shadow from something that's the facts. I never did nothing. You knew what you knew who he was. I guess people don't owe you nothing. So no, they don't owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe you nothing. You owe yourself. Don't nobody owe you nothing. You owe yourself. Yeah. You act like everybody owe you something. Nobody owes you nothing, Fred. I really never did nothing. So you ain't got to do nothing. The only thing I did was speak my mind. Really? And I didn't care, you know? Well, maybe you should have kept your I kind of feel a certain way, but again, I knew this would come. But see, if I had a blocked him, y'all, he'd have been calling me all types of names. See, he's scared of C-Dub. But see, if I had did that, he'd have been cursing me out, calling me all types of names. See, that's the difference he made. And that is correct. He would have been that motherfucker cursed me out on YouTube for telling him to get a job. How many people watching?
Right now, 4. The most we've had is over 8 right now. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't like to listen to wise wisdom or any kind of from anyone. You know, he thinks it's his way. If it's not his way, it's a highway. You know, it's like what the?
And then I'm gonna say this: he trying to get that other false prophet down there in Alabama. And no, I'm not talking about Kendrick Murray. You know who I'm talking about, and we ain't gonna say his name. He said that he said he called that fella and told that fella that I said that his mother was gonna die. That's not what I said. I said, this is what I said, and I am so tired of people misquoting what I said. What I said was, she's not coming home. That is what I said. I never said your mama gonna die. That's not what I said. I said the lady is not coming home, and she's not coming home because right now she's in the valley of decision, meaning the father is deciding whether to let her live and come back there with you to continue to be mistreated or to bring her home with him. She's in the valley of decision right now. That's why nothing's happened yet. And I would prefer if the father brought her home with him because you don't treat the lady right. All you ever did was call that lady all out of her name. That's all you ever did. Calling that lady bees. Now, what she should have did was she should have took a bat and went upside your big head. She's in the valley of decision. And I told you at the end of the year, you was gonna have a meltdown. Now, if you're gonna have a meltdown, then you should know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you like MFD is doing and tell you your mother's gonna come home. I don't do that. I see things in dreams, I see things in visions. The lady is not coming home. As a matter of fact, where she's at now, she's been getting the proper rest that she needs. But she is not coming home. I don't know how much more plain I have to tell you. She's not coming home, son. Do I wish that on her? No, I don't. I'm just being real with you. She's not going to come home. The lady is in her late 70s. Right now, she's making peace with God before it's time to transition. And when she transitions, she will be at home with him. Oh, you wishing that on his mother. No, I'm not. I don't wish death on nobody. I don't wish death on anybody because death has no respect of persons. But a lot of people have wished it on me. And apparently, the prophet that he called, according to what Reed said, the prophet said that I was going to die. Well, he said that 4 years ago, and I'm still here. But that particular prophet is getting skinnier every year on his platform. Now I wonder who's dying. And that's all I'm gonna say about that person. Whatever that person say about me, it's gonna boomerang and it's gonna go back on him. He need to stay out of the casinos and quit using them women for the money for the casino. You can go back and tell him I said that if you want to. I'm not about to go back and forth with him. Ben defeated that person. Ben body slammed him. Ben defeated him. Ben exposed him. Ain't about to go. I don't go back and dig up trash. I leave it where it's at in the disposal. Now let's keep listening.
And I also knew that that I was right about all this stuff that I've said. I said I don't have nobody. You because your mouth got you in trouble. With me, it did. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that about you and him. But with me, your mouth got you in trouble. And that's your problem. You don't know how to shut your mouth. Nope. You know what I'm saying? So you get what's coming to you. Like, I remember when C-Dub said that in one of his videos. I'm going to find it. I'm thinking to myself, you don't know what you're talking about. You said you would be my family. No, you're. That was a lie. You know, that was as soon as you meet me in person, it may not even be what you think it is. And that's the deception on the internet. The internet puts a strong deception on people's perception. But you put your trust in them. That's your I try to say hi to MFD, and MFD is I was wondering why she have never said nothing. And C-Dub has me blocked. She might have been the one to block you. You never know. She a demon too. There'll be one way with you and there'll be another. Now, they say I'm a flip-flopper, but you are a flip-flopper. How am I a flip-flopper? When number one, you can't come back over to my channel. I'm flipping too. You can't go back. There's nobody out here watching my channel except Pedo Luke. And you know I don't deal with Pedo Luke. And I don't deal with you, Pedo Prophet. But Pedo Jeremy, Pedo Reed. With your nasty pedo ass. And I don't know what's going on. I'm glad you got what you deserve with your punk ass. I was irritated with C-Dub, and I said it. I said that the man always, when I call him, he assumes something negative or something. Yep, I'm willing to bet you was blowing up that man's phone, because I know you used to blow the fuck out of mine. Sometimes I would have to pretend that I wasn't feeling good just to get his ass off the phone, but you don't know when to be quiet. I guess when I made comments like that, I guess it offended him. Well, you shouldn't. But it's like, you shouldn't care. Damn. You don't want. I was just being disruptive or nothing. I was just saying, hey, and yet, like, okay, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this excerpt. You are the one that's desperate for friends. Here is me saying, hey, trying to be, but I accidentally didn't put MFD. See what I'm saying?
And that's what he's heard about. He's angry that he got blocked. So he's taking it out on us. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You fucked up today when you threatened Essie. That was the last straw. When he threatened Essie today, I said, I'm calling on his ass. Pulled over at the gas station, got my gas, called that apartment manager. By the way, her name is Lisa. I got her phone number. Anybody want it? Email me at SAIE Lewis 1978 at gmail.com. And this is for those who sincerely wanted to call. And I'm gonna tell you, trolls, don't email me with no fake names. Now, I called on his ass today. When I heard him threaten Essie, I said that was it. That was the last straw. I called on his ass. That lady Lisa told me a lot about him. He's disruptive. Neighbors have complained about him. It's a person that lives above him. That she told me that the neighbor said Reed be hitting on the wall. He bangs on the wall. He screams and hollers loud. He blasts his music all times of night. That the neighbors be talking about how he used to curse his mother out. She told me he's not even on the lease. He's not even on the lease.
This guy needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up in a psych ward the way he's going.
When I get done making the phone calls that I'm gonna make tomorrow morning before I leave Savannah, Georgia, by Monday, I guarantee you somebody gonna go out there to his house. I'm staying on this because I'm tired of him threatening to unalive people. I don't want to see him hurt nobody or somebody hurt him, preventing him from hurting them. I believe he's a danger to kids. I believe he's a danger to pets, people, and not only a danger to them, but I believe he's a danger to himself. He's talked about wanting to die all the time. And I don't think the boy want to die. I think the boy wants attention. You know, if he really got the help that he needs, I think that he would really he seemed like he a really good guy. If he would just get the mental help that he needs to get. That's why I thought about it when he was threatening me. At first I said I would beat his ass. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna touch that boy. If that boy came and tried to harm me, I would take him down real fast and restrain him aggressively to keep him from hurting me. And I would hold him until the police got there. Keep his ass there, put all my weight down on his ass where he can't move, and keep him there until the police got there. That's what I would do. Now I can't speak for what you or other people would do if he came at y'all. But if it was me, I would restrain him and I wouldn't do it. Now if he tried to harm my mama, oh, I'm sorry, but I gotta put holy hands on you then. But let's keep listening. Almost done. I'm almost done.
That's what I'm talking about. So the man has me blocked. I already knew they were going to turn on me.
I've been told you that.
I don't know if they was using me. I can't say. I'm not going to speak for some I don't know.
They was.
But I do know the internet doesn't paint a real perception on people. I'm going to say this. All thing I did was speak my mind. Not being rude or nothing, just mostly speaking my freedom of speech and my being. But it's easy to offend C-Dub for some weird reason. It's easy to offend him. Like, you don't even have to try anything. The man had me blocked, and I know the one of the last times he did his stream, he didn't say nothing. He just let me comment it the whole time.
That's something right there.
It's just weird. I'm sure certain character in Missouri is going to be like, I told you,
you already know.
Into the boot. Feeling to tribute. Okay, yes, I'm right about everything. That's what you get. Everything. That's what you get. Everything. The signs and the wonders of what would happen if my mom were to be in a permanent vegetarian state or even dead.
See, here's the thing. I don't feel sorry for Reed because Reed get exactly what's coming to him.
Nigga, if you haven't been a father,
Reed get exactly what he deserves. He gets exactly what he deserves. Okay, y'all. So y'all heard that. Let's see. I think here go another one. He was making threats. Let me see. This y'all. He cried that he got fucked. I think here's the thing. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, here go. Now this is a disturbing one. Listen to this. This is fair use commentary, y'all.
So I'm serious about this. I had actually bought a new microwave that's supposed to come tomorrow. And if that works out, which I know it will be, I'm gonna take this other microwave that one of my mom's nurses bought, former nurses. I'm gonna put some poop in that motherfucker, and some pee, and we're gonna put eggs in there and everything. Poop, pee, eggs, you name it, child. Because I know if you put eggs in the microwave, whole egg in the microwave, it will explode. And I also do know that and only if we had a dead animal we could put in the microwave and see what happens with that. But
so he's talking about putting dead animals in the microwave. Keep listening. This boy is disturbed.
Oh my God.
There's some AIs I've done. I've used AI art on people, but not in a way that you would put a voice on or nothing. I don't do that type of shit. Now, one time, did I sound like Eagles about maybe a year and a half ago? Okay, so he's talking about that he took somebody else's voice and he sounded like them. I want y'all to listen to this because this AI stuff is very, very, very dangerous. Now, listen to what he said. He names the person whose voice that he uses. Listen. And one time, did I sound like Eagles about maybe a year and a half ago? Yeah. There was this voice changer thing, and it was an online app.
Okay, so you see how he said that he sounded like that particular individual, right?
Yep, I heard that loud and clear. Oh man.
Okay. Okay. I wonder where did he get that idea from? I wouldn't. I think I suspect the person that told him about that app. But keep listening.
Only one person I can think of.
We're gonna let that person stay in the ground.
One time, did I sound like Eagles about maybe a year and a half ago? Yeah. There was this voice changer thing, and it was an online app. And I was able to sound like Mr. Potato Head. And I was his mannerisms, how he talked, everything. And I'm gonna see if I pull this shit off. And so what this site does, it takes your voice, it matches up to the voice you took samples of with just Eagles, and you can actually sound like a person that otherwise ain't your voice, you know?
So he took somebody's voice and was acting like and impersonating like he was that person. Do you see how dangerous AI is? That you can take somebody's voice. You can take somebody's voice and impersonate that person. It's dangerous. So you took somebody's voice using AI and you were harassing other people, making people think that was that particular individual that was doing that's what I said about them other folks. using Steve Harvey's voice, harassing Essie Berry, using Ricky Anderson's voice, Steve Harvey's voice, Bobby Edmonds' voice, AI. This stuff is dangerous. But I tell you one thing, you better not copy my goddamn voice. I'ma sue the hell out of Elon Musk. Because he the one started all this AI stuff. Let me go to another receipt. Shouts out to those who watching. I'm gonna mute up. I'm gonna go to another receipt. You can talk. I'm looking for another receipt, and then I'm gonna go and call it a night. Let me go get this last receipt. But you go ahead.
Take your time, man. Take your time. But yeah, I mean, folks, if anyone who is listening to this, you will know that this false prophet Reed is not all well in his mind. He is just very psychotic. He's dangerous, and he needs to be locked up somewhere and get some help. You know, and also, Reed, I'm also going to say this. You know, you call yourself a prophet, but doesn't the word of God say, honor thy father and mother? And I'm sorry, but you have not fully honored your mother. And that is sad. You know, the lady sound like a very nice woman. You know, but at the same time, you know, she don't need to go through that verbal abuse with you. I mean, you don't treat her right, you know? And it's like what Lou said, you know, Yahweh's deciding where if she comes to him or allows her to live. And I'm with Lou that, she needs to go home to father. Because you do not treat the lady right. You have disrespected her, calling her names. I mean, what actual good son will say that about their mother? They will show respect to the mother and their father. Now, I don't know anything about your father, but at the same time, your mother sounds like a woman who deserves to be respected. And another reason why I say you don't care about her is because you're just constantly on here. You're worried about what's going on here, and you're worried about fitting in with people instead of tending you to your mother. What you should be doing.
Found the final receipt. But go ahead. What were you saying?
Okay, that's good. Yeah, before I let you do that, I'm going to say this. Reed, what you really need to do is you really need to get down on your knees, and you really need to call out to Father and repent for all the things that you have said and done, and especially for what you have said about your mother and what you've done to her. You see, you're scared now because what may happen to you here soon. I mean, you've talked bad about a lot of people. You have done a lot of horrible things, and you really need to call out to Father and repent for all what you've done, because you see what's happening right now. I mean, I believe what you're going through right now, Reed, this is your judgment. This is your judgment for all the wrong you've done, and also especially for lying on Father of many things that you have claimed that you prophesize about. Because one thing for certain, he's not going to let anyone who, get away, who's a false prophet, I mean, Don't you know that about the word in the book of Jeremiah about what happened to Hananiah? I've said this in the past about what happened to Hananiah when he, was being a false prophet, and when Jeremiah called him out about it. But Reed, the problem is you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck, And what you really need is Father to heal you. That's what you need. You see, when certain other people who don't care about you have blocked you, you want to take about other people who have nothing to do with it. And I can tell you one thing, Lou has nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that. Nobody else has anything to do with that. I mean, you want to take it out on those who have blocked you, But like I said, you have not honored your mother who helped brought you into this world. And I'm sorry, man, but your judgment is here right now. And I believe you're going through it right now. And it's going to get worse for you if you don't stop right now and get yourself in order. Lou here has tried to give you wise counsel on what to do over the years, but you won't listen. I mean, I've even told you a few things. You need to get yourself in order, but you won't listen. See what happens when you don't listen to anyone, Reed? Shit comes back on you. And what you're doing is not normal. Now, I'm just being real with you, Reed. I'm not calling you names. I'm not calling you anything like that, And I'm not going to even go back and forth with you myself because it's not even worth my time. But at the same time, nobody else has time for what you're doing, your antics. I mean, what are you trying to prove? You're not proving anything. All you're doing is you're making yourself look worse. So
let me play this final receipt.
All right, go ahead.
And then after that, I'm going to bed because I got to check out this room. I got to check out at noon, and I plan on getting up a little early so I can make some phone calls. Reed, I'm not playing with you. I'm fed up with this stuff. You're going to get off here threatening folks. But listen to this, y'all. Fair use commentary.
I did a video of something that happened 10 years ago regarding a Dollar General. It was actually a testimony. I was banned up there one time, and I wasn't stalking nobody. It was just a misunderstanding. I had a dream that told me 6 years later to come right back to the store. And sure enough, when I went back to the store, nothing happened because obviously, and the spiritual discernment I had was I never did nothing wrong. And then regarding One Love, it wasn't the daughter I'm after. It was this. I'm having these strange thoughts that One Love. I had this idea that One Love's going to be ill in the coming years, and she ain't gonna have barely nobody but one of her daughters. And I don't know if this is a real thing. It's almost like a vision, but I can't say if it's real or not. I have to test the spirits in terms of just, speak on it. And then if it happens, it happens. If it don't happen, then
So you think that you're a prophet because you had like a thought come in your mind or whatever. That does not make you a prophet. The prophets in the Bible, when they prophesied, things happened. For example, if you were a real prophet, you would have been able to tell us what 2026 was going what 2026 was going to bring. You would have been able to tell us about these trials that's going on, the Tupac stuff, the Keefe D stuff, the Nolan Wells stuff. If you was a prophet, you would have told us all of that stuff. See, that's why I don't believe that there are prophets today. I don't believe in none of that foolishness. Because if there was a gift of prophecy, things would be happening. You understand? Prophets like the Old Testament, those were legit prophets. That's why I love the Old Testament. I heard him today say, "Oh, he liked that Old Testament." I sure do. I love the Old Testament. I stay in the Old Testament. I love the Old Testament. I do. I love reading the prophets and the history and the poetry of the Psalms and the wisdom of the Proverbs and the wisdom of the book of Ecclesiasticus and all those other books. I love the Old Testament. I do. I also read other books. I also read other books. The Art of War is my favorite. The Art of War taught me different things. So did the Legend of the Five Rings taught me everything that I needed to know and how to fight an enemy. You don't always have to fight an enemy with your fist. You can fight an enemy in different ways. And a lot of the Art of War and the Book of the Five Rings have helped me. And I've also have read the Tao Te Ching. That's one of my favorite religious books to read. It's a spiritual book. The Tao Te Ching is a book of wisdom. The yin and the yang symbol, it's a book of wisdom. And I love reading it. I've read the Bhagavad Gita too. Not that I'm a Hindu, but I've read it. I've read the Quran. I've read the Tanakh. I've read the Torah. I've read all that stuff. But anyway, getting back to him. So before I go, um, he basically got destroyed on Mookie's live. I mean, Mookie tore him apart with with receipt after receipt after receipt. Mookie was tearing him up, and I'm basically just letting you know that tonight was the last night that you threatened somebody, because tomorrow I'm going to be making more phone calls, and I will be sending adult protective services to your home, and I will be sending them receipts of everything that I have, of all the threats. And I don't know why you take down your videos. It's you. I mean, nothing is permanently deleted because the FBI can bring it back up. There's no use of trying to hide it. But anyway, I'm getting ready to drop down, Paul. Um, I have to get to bed because I have to check out at noon, and I want to get to Florida. I want to get to Jacksonville and hang out in Jacksonville and get on down into Miami, and because I'm gonna be down there for 3 weeks. I deserve a vacation because we already know what is going to be coming up within the next couple of months. It's going to be cold soon. And I want to be able to enjoy the rest of the beautiful weather that we have while it's here, because it ain't going to last for too much longer. I want to be able to meditate. And I heard him talk about that too. He into witchcraft because he astral project, and he into astral projection is not witchcraft. I don't know where you got that from, but I don't practice witchcraft, and astral projection damn sure ain't no damn witchcraft. It's an out of body experience, and it's happened multiple times. And I enjoy it, and I may do it tonight. But anyway, have a good one. Jason, you can finish doing whatever, but thanks for letting me come up. I got to get to sleep. I got to check out in the morning. I got phone calls to make. So peace, everybody. And I will be posting videos showing you guys Savannah, Georgia in the morning. I will be posting videos showing you Jacksonville, and I will be posting videos showing you Miami Beach. Peace.
All right, all right, all right. Peace out, Lou. Thank you very much for the receipts. Because they had to be played tonight and had to be exposed tonight. To warn people about this individual. But Lou, have fun on your trip. I pray that you get there safe and sound, and don't worry about the drama. Focus on what you need to do and have fun on your trip because you definitely deserve the break. You definitely deserve, to enjoy what you're gonna do, on your trip and in your life. So, but yeah, but Reed, like I said, I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. And just let you know, you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to come back and bite you in your ass. I'm being real with you right now. If you had any kind of wisdom, you would go ahead and just shut your mouth and keep it moving, and do something with your life. But I know deep down you're not going to do that because you don't really care. I mean, I don't even think you really care about yourself, but I'm not going to keep talking about you. But folks, I just want to thank you for those who listened. Shout out to my real subscribers. Shout out to you, King Lou. Thank you very much for coming on. Shout out, to once again my true subscribers on here. Of course, a good shout out to Unspoken Purposes. Essie Berry, Miss Linda Dorsey, and of course Miss Lady Blue. So just beware, folks, and pretty soon when I can, I will bring back my fun Saturdays, where we will play some good music. I haven't been able to do that lately because, I've been busy doing other things, with the family, but Fun Saturday will be coming back, and I will try as much as I can to make that every Saturday or every other Saturday whenever I can. And also other lives, whatever stories pop up, we will talk about. Because remember, we are not doing the drama no more unless if we have to expose and get information out to warn the people. But thank you very much, folks. Have a good night to you all. I thank you for watching. Until next time, peace out.